Okay. So this question is all about list. A list of numbers will be given. The number 5 and 8 will present in problem. So here, just I'll explain you what is this. Here, a list of value will be given. Whenever there is a list of value, you can able to find the number 5 and 8 will appear. So how this number will appear is 8 always come after 5. So always you can able to find 8 will be after 5. This is the condition they are given. So you're going to accept a list from the user and the list will have 5 and 8 as a number. And this 8 will always come after 5. This is the first rule they are given. And after to it, let us go ahead with they are given two conditions. So one condition is 5 and 8 will present and 8 will present always after 5. And then number 1, add all the numbers which do not lie between 5 and 8. If I take the numbers which do not lie between 5 and 8, you can notice that the number is 3, 2, 6 and 9. These are the numbers which does not lie between this range, isn't it? So I'm supposed to add all the numbers. So add it. 3 plus 2 plus 5, sorry, 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 9. So I'm adding all the numbers within the range. Okay. And the second condition is numbers found by concatenating all the numbers from 5 and 8. So you're supposed to concatenate these numbers. Concatenate in the sense I'm supposed to join. So if I'm joining these numbers, I'll get 5148 as my answer. So I'm going to join it. I'm going to form this number. After forming this number, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to add these two. 5148 plus 20, the number what you formed. So which gives you answer 5168 as your answer. Is this clear? You're going to accept one list from the user. In this list, 8 will come, 5 and 8 will occur, and always 8 will occur only after 5. You're supposed to take an element, except this range, all the other elements should be taken and added. The element within this range should be taken and should be concatenated, joined. Okay, it should be concatenated. After joining it, you are supposed to add these two results, your first result and your second result, and produce your output. Is this question clear for everyone? Do you have any doubt on it? Clear, right? Okay, try to it. Come on, try it. It is so simple. Just 3 lines of code, will not take much. Make it faster, guys. So input is all about list. We are supposed to take it as a list type. So let me take it as list, then followed by map for my iteration. And let us assume I'm going to accept the input and I'm going to make it as an integer. So I'm going to make it as accept input and you're going to split the input based on the comma. So till this input will be accepted in this format. So input operation is done. And after this, what you're supposed to do? This question is based on occurrence of 8 and 5. Isn't it? Wherever 8 and 5 is occur, so based on this number, I should take a range, including or excluding. This is the condition they are given. So now first I should find what is the index position of this 5 and what is the index position of this 8. If I find this, then I can able to take a values index position ranging from this to this and excluding this range. So I can do like this, right? So further I should know what is the index position of this person and what is the index position of this person. So now let us take the index position of these two person, and we know that if you want to know the index position in list, we have one method called index. So I can mention first I'll find the index position of 5 just by mentioning list dot index of 5. So 5 is the element. So if I mention index of 5, the index of 5 will be fetched and be stored in int 5. The same way I'll be fetching index of 8. So that what I could get here, I could get a simple solution. I got the index value of these two elements. So the next procedure is we are supposed to you're supposed to take the range of values. So if you want to take the range of values like this, here what I'm doing in a group of value, I'm slicing the part whatever required. Okay, I'm going to slice the part whatever required. So I can go ahead with the slicing. Okay, I'm going to slice this part. I'm going to do it. So let me do here. So for slicing, which you have seen how to slice it by mentioning list of the part which you want. From where to where? From the index position of 5 to index position of 8. I'm going to slice it and I'm going to slice it and I'm going to do concatenation of it. Isn't it? So this range. So we'll go ahead with the slicing here. List of, where should I start? I should start my slicing from list of index position of 5 till list of index position of 8 plus 1. So if I mention what happened, the values inside this range will be sliced and let me store this data in a result one. So now what happened? This data has been sliced from the list of value and I'm storing here. So if I want to take the element which is apart from this range, what I can do? I can put one list comprehension. I can find the value which is apart from this list. So now this list will have a value 5, 1, 4, 8. Now I'll take a value which is apart from this list. This is one list. Now I can apply one more condition. I can take a value which is apart from this list. So we'll go ahead with the particular condition. Listen here. I'm going to make one more data called result2. I'm going to have one more element called result2. And here what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to iterate it for x in our list. Original list I'm going to iterate it. Here I'm going to apply one condition if x. We know that we are having one membership operator in not in. I guess you are 30 people, right? Membership operators available in not in. If you mention not in, what happened? You check whether it is not in is equals to not equal to. Either you can use not in or you can mention not equal to. Result 1. Okay. This not in is equal to not equal to, guys. Don't be confused here. Either I can use not in or I can mention not equal to. Both are same. So what I'll do is I'll take element by element from this list, existing list. So from this list, I'm going to take element by element and I'll check whether it is not in the slice list. We know that the slice list contain these values, right? I'll take element which is not there. If it is not there, I'll put in a list 2, result 2. So what happened right now? I got two lists. One is within the range of 5 to 8 and other is except the range of 5 to 8. Is this clear so far? Subtraction of list. You want to do it like this. Subtraction, where do we see all those things? You want to do like this, isn't it? Are you people trying like this? List 1 minus list 2. Try it. What happens? It will throw you error. This subtraction is possible only in case of set difference. Here, in case of list, we are dealing with a list which is not possible. Clear? Okay. Okay. Till this, are you clear, guys? So noted, I didn't implement the logic, just I'll take a slice the value, whatever it is required. Only the value is taken. After this only we are going to do addition and concatenation. Till this, are you people clear? Come on, give me a response. It is so simple. I didn't make any complex operation here. Just finding the index portion of the element and slicing this data and taking the value which is apart from it. Okay. Now, here we are going to implement our logic. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to join this data as a single string. So if I am printing this result 2, I can notice that this data will be a, except all this particular 5 to 8, all the other data will be a of integer type. The reason is, you can notice here I am typecasting as an integer. During your input operation, I am typecasting. So all the data will be of integer type. So you are supposed to take a value within this range and you are supposed to convert as a string, and you are supposed to join it. So now let us go ahead further. So you're going to join this data. So if we want to join, we know that there is one method called join is available. So you can make use of it. Dot join method. And here what you're going to join, you're supposed to mention. Here I'll mention I'm going to join my for x in my result one. My values of the result one has to be joined. But I know that the values in the result one will be of integer type. So I should make it as a string type. So I can make it as str of x. So what happened? Each and every data what you have sliced will be converted as a string type. Then it will be joined by one. Now you can notice that your result one will have these values. This value. Your result now, right now this concatenation will have this value, and your result 2 will have combination of these values with a comma separated. Right. Now you are supposed to find summation of this and summation, and you're supposed to add to it. So I can write in a single line as print. So what I need, I want to make this right now this person will be of string type. By using string only I can able to concatenate. We can't able to concatenate as an integer. So keeping a value as an integer, that is not possible. So I'll convert as a string type, then I'll do concatenation. And after doing this, if I want to add these two data, what should I do? I should make this one as an integer again. So I can do here int of your concatenated data plus summation of your result 2. So we know that we have one predefined method called sum. So if you pass list inside this, the data will be done with the summation. You can give the data 2 plus 3 comma 5 comma 6 comma 5 comma 1 comma 4 comma 8 comma 9. So we are getting this result. Is this clear? So if at all want, I'll do one thing. I'll print and show you what happens. If you people are confused what happens at each and every stage, I'll print and show you what is the result 1 value and what is the result 2 value, then what is the concatenation value, so that those who people are just, as I told you earlier, you could remember that here if you know the predefined function, it could be very easy for you, where it makes your program very simple. The same program if you are doing, I guess many has C programming experience, right? If you have, if you are supposed to do the same program in C or any other programming, it will for sure it will never be within this small number of lines, will never be this much small. It will be increasing. Okay, so here what happens? Your code optimization hack happens. 3, 2, 6, 5, 1, 4, 8, 9. So you can notice that your result 1, I'm just slicing within this range. So you can notice that 5 to 8 will be taken. And your result 2, what I'm doing, I'm taking a value which is apart from this. So apart from this value, the remaining value will be taken. So what is your concatenation result? Your concatenation result is nothing but I'm converting this as a string and joining these two data. Okay, and joining these two data, and after this I'm making this as right now this is a string type. Then I'll make this person as an integer. Then I'll do sum of this result 2. The sum of this list will give you summation of this. So this gives you this answer. That's not possible. Shami, that's not possible. Try it, it will throw you an error. Only string can be joined. Guys, are the people clear? Guys, don't think that C programming basic is required. C is not a prerequisite for this. No prerequisites required for Python, learning Python. Okay, as a fresh, we can start with Python. Those who know C, they can able to relate with it. Okay, which one you want to explain? This join. So this join, what does it do? We know that this is the value of the result 1, right? So if you mention for x in result, what happened? A data 1 by 1 data will be taken. First 5 will be taken, isn't it? First 5 will be taken. 5 will be of integer type. So I'm typecasting to the string type. Okay. Then, so I'm not going to join based on any character. So your people are confused with this join. So let me give some example. Okay, so this is your list. Now if I'm going to join this particular list, so let me mention print. I'm going to simply mention dot join okay, just a minute, let me give the same format itself for in order to make you people clear. For x in list, so what happened, each and every data I'm going to take, sorry guys, here it should be string type, right? So what happened, this data will be joined like this. If I give any character here at the rate, so then you can notice that the data will be joined based on the at the rate. So how we are going to merge this one? If I give spaces here based on the, I'm not going to have anything here. I'm going to join this data without spaces. So if I want spaces, I can give spaces. If I want some special character, I can give here the special character. So the data will be joined based on the element what you're giving here. Is this clear? So I'm going to join based on the element what I'm giving here. Here I want to join without spaces. Okay. Shall we move on next one? Is this clear? Come on, respond me. Okay, fine. Good. Okay. Yeah, next question. Look at here. This question is the previous year question. Previous year InfyTQ question. Listen carefully. I'll explain you people. Take input from user in a given format. Okay, you're going to accept the input from the user in the given format. Find maximum digit from the code which is less or equal to the length of a string. So from the user, what you're going to get? From the user, you're going to get this as your input. Okay, you're going to, right now you're going to start with strings, guys. This input will be accepted as a string format. Harsha, I'll paste this question after completion of it. Okay. So you're going to accept this input as a string format. This is the format you're going to get it. So what they have mentioned is we are supposed to find the maximum digit from the code which is less than or equal to the length of the string, and put that place character in the final string. If there is no any digit found which not satisfy the condition, then put X. So according to this given question, you'll be getting this as your answer. So if this is the input, Abhishek, this number colon Abhishek number and followed by some values are there, right? So if this is a value, you'll be getting this as my output. So how they mentioned how we'll be getting this as my output. Listen carefully. Find the maximum, find the digit from the code which is less than or equal to length of a string. So here, just a minute. You can find the given string is Abhishek, isn't it? The given string is Abhishek. So what is the length of this particular string? Right now, let me clear it, guys. Just a minute. I'll clear this explanation so that it will be easy for you if you're responding. What is the length of the string, Ma? What is the length of the string, Abhishek? Come on. Okay. It's 8. Okay, it is 8. And what is the number? Guys, listen carefully. It is the normal string. Don't think this is nothing complex here. You're going to accept input in this format. It's not dictionary, nothing else. This is a normal string input. You're going to accept input in this format. And the condition what they are given is take the first string, take this first string and find what is the length of the string. Okay, the length of the string is 8. And you can find that they are given one more integer nearer to it. The integer given is 34848. So here you are supposed to find where the particular length of the string is present. Yes, 8 digit is present. So if 8 digit is present, then take the character at the 8th position. So what is the character at 8th position here? What is the character at the 8th position in the string? Come on, be interactive. 1 or 2 is responding. No character. It is K. Okay, it is K. And next is, this is done. And take the next string. Your next string is Mayur. So what is this length of this Mayur string? What is the length here? Your length is 5. Okay. And next is, find the value here. What is the value given? 4, 7, 3, 9. So, but the actual length, what you are looking for is 5. 5 is not there. So, when it is not there, what is the condition given? You can notice that the condition given is less than or equal to the length of a string. The value what you are taking should be less than or equal to, should not be greater than. So, find the value which is less than 5. The next immediate value which is less than 5. What is less than 5? What is that? Next immediate value is 4, isn't it? 5 is not there, so next immediate value will be 4. Now find the character at the 4th position. What is that? Character at the 4th position, 1, 2, 3, 4. So character at the 4th position is U. Come on, don't be confused. Here they are considering this as your 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 in the sense this is the 8th question. So don't be confused. They are starting with 1. So depending upon the question and answer, you're supposed to consider it. Is this clear? Guys, those are having confusion. I guess 1 or 2 is having confusion with the sequence of the digit. Okay. Now the element at the 4th position is U. And we'll take the next one. Next is friends. Friends. It is done. What is the length of this? Length of this friends? It's 7, right? So you're supposed to take 7. Guys, this explanation, they'll never give this one. They'll give you only this question. Only this question and input and output will be given. This sequence you're supposed to understand by reading the question. Okay. So 7 is the length of a string. And what is the value given? 2, 9, 4, 9. So what is the value which is less than or equal to 7? Value less than or equal to 7. If the 7 is not there, find the less than value, immediate less than value. Okay, that is 4. Okay, good. Then what is the character at that particular position? Okay, character at the position would be E. The same way the last one. So the length of the string is? Length of the string is 4. Okay, so the value given here is 9889. Could you find any number which is less than or equal to the length of it? Less than or equal to length of it? No, 8. 8 is not possible, right? It's not there. It is not present. So whenever it is not present, what they mention, which not satisfy the condition, then simply put uppercase X. Then we are supposed to place X here. So you can notice that this is your answer, KUEX. For any given value, you are supposed to check like this. Will you try it? Just try to accept a string, then try to separate based on the comma. Okay, then try to take this value, two values separately, then do the first operation, second operation. So first write the logic for one string. Okay, one string alone, one pair, then continue this process multiple times based on your length of the data. Come on, try to it. Just give the try for it. This is something interesting, right? Your code will be simple only. I have given a hint. This is a string type. So just accept as string. That is okay. I'll paste this question in the chat box. Harsha, here a string is given. You're supposed to take a string and find the length of it. And an integer is given. If the length is there, just take the character, the particular position value. If the value is not there, if the length of the string is not there, find the value which is less than or equal to the length what you are having in this digit. So if you find the digit, then take this particular digit. Here I can notice that 8 is there. This length of this particular string is 8 and 8 is given in this particular number. So I can take the character, the 8th position. For this you can able to find the length of the string is 5. I don't have 5 in this particular number. So take the value which is less than or equal to 5, that's 4. Then take the 4th character. The same way 7 is the length and I don't have 7. The nearest integer of 7 is 4. So take the 4th character and print it. And here length is 4. I don't find 4 and I don't have nearest integer value also. In those cases, print uppercase yes. Okay. Guys, give a try for this program. Accept as a string itself. I'll paste, oh, sorry guys, I'll paste the question, but it has went only for the panelists. I'll paste it again, just a minute. Pavan, you can accept as a string type. You can accept all the input as a single string. Generally, okay, I'll mention this input of the data alone. Directly, you can mention str accept string input. That's it. This is the input operation. Guys, don't confuse about the input operation. That's it. So if you give like this, the input will be accepted. Any condition for comma, colon, nothing. It is a string input. So accept it. Previous question also. Okay. Guys, try to make it fast. Just at least we're having only 10 minutes of time. Try to do it. First, you should accept a string. Then you're supposed to separate this part alone. Okay, the first string alone based on comma, try to separate it. Then based on colon, try to separate it. So you can able to extract part by part from the given string. So we have one method called split, right? So based on any data, I can split it. So based on my requirement, I told you during teaching of this method itself, split and join is an important one, right? So by using this, I can able to split wherever required. By using this, I can able to join wherever required. It'll be easy for us. Spaces, which spaces you are speaking about? Ganesh. No, it are spaces. Just give sequentially. For your understanding, input is given like this. Give it in a sequentially by using colon and comma. Okay, how can we split this one? Use split method, guys. Okay, what is it, Prakash? String. Yes, how many input you are accepting? Only one input will be accepted, not multiple input. Yes, modified. Only one input should accept. We can't able to accept multiple input like this, Prakash. That's not possible. You can notice that from the user, how many input you're accepting. Only one single line of input you're accepting. Yeah, split it. First accept the input, then try to split based on comma. Okay, I'll guide you people. So I guess we will be within 5 minutes. We'll be binding the session, right? I'll do one thing. I'll give some guidance for you people. Just try to complete this one before afternoon session. Okay, listen here. So you're going to accept string like this, right? So how can we split it? So when I like accept like this, I want to split first string, second string, and third string. How can I do it? Can you people write this code in the chat box? I want to split this one and put in a list. How can we do it? By mentioning split method, right? How will you implement split method here? You'll be mentioning str1 dot followed by split. Okay, split based on the comma. Now if you do like this, what happened? Whatever the input you are giving, the input will be splitted based on the comma. Guys, if you want to aware of all those things, you should practice it. Only practice, by practice only you can able to come across this. So if I give data like this, for example, if I give data like this is my string. If I give like this, you can notice here, based on the comma, wherever the comma is there, my data has been splitted. This data and followed by the next data has been splitted. So now I have the list of values. Now it is easy for me to access. This is my list of 0th position data and list of first position data and list of second position data, isn't it? I have values. Okay. Here I'll be having 0, 1 and 2. Those are my values will be there. Now you can able to fetch the value by using iterator for I in your list. You can put here. Guys, I'm not going to do a complete program. Just I'm going to guide you people how to separate the values. If I separate the values, then you can put the logic and easily and find it out. Now if I mention for I in list, now if I try to print my I value. Okay, if I try to print my I value, you can notice that what happened. The value one by one value will be taken from your string. So this is how you're supposed to convert this particular given string based on comma. You're supposed to separate it, and this I value has two values. One is this data and another is this data. So how can I take this one? If I want to take smile alone, how can I take it? What I'm supposed to do? This is a one string. If I want to separate it, what I'll do? Come on, are you clear? Split again. Good. You're supposed to split again based on what? Previously I split it based on comma. Now I'm supposed to split it based on colon. I can split the operation based on colon. Isn't it? Now we'll do the split operation again. So I'm going to mention print I dot split based on comma. Okay. And I'll show you people what happens. So what happened? This data has been splitted. Based on the comma, this data will be splitted. So based on the comma, this data is going to be splitted. First is smile and this value will be splitted. So what you can do is you can store this variable name, this data in some variable name. For example, right now let me store in some variable name and I'll print and show you people right now. Let me assign T. T assign split. And after this, let me try to print this T and show you what happens. Yeah, based on colon, right? Sorry guys, I'm just executing without colon itself. Sorry. So you can notice that this particular data, I'm going to split it based on comma. After splitting based on comma, I'm going to split again based on colon. So right now this is one list and this list has 0th position with a string and first position with the value. So now you can take this for t value and you can apply this condition what they are given. Is this clear now guys how to start your operation? So now we can take the t of 0th position value, find the length of it and t of first position value, check whether the length is there or not and find the nearest value, then do the operation here. So what happens? So if you are iterating a list element by element, one after other is going to come. So you can take a one element, do the operation, store your result, then take the next operation, do the manipulation, whatever you want, store the result. They can go ahead like this till the end of your list. Guys, is this clear how to approach this program? Come on, respond me. Will you try this one? We'll discuss this by evening. Okay, evening, not afternoon, evening. I given guidance for you people how to take a value. You can take it and you can manipulate based on the condition what they are given. It's very easy, guys. So we came till this. We came till this to separate first this string and this number. You're supposed to apply the condition part alone. This logic part alone has to be applied. All the input operation I did it and I shown you people how to take the values. You're supposed to apply this logic part alone by taking this string and this taking this integer. You're supposed to apply logic alone is pending. Just try to complete this logic alone. Do you have any doubt in it till this? Till how to take a value, why we are doing like this? Yeah, clear, right? Okay guys, then go ahead with this one and try to complete with an evening.